Hello guys, welcome to CoderCrab. This is Dipankar. I am a tech lead and a Java full stack developer. So today we'll discuss about Java interviews part 2, and we have certain topics. You can see on the screen: boxing versus autoboxing versus unboxing, what is typecasting, what is parsing, typecasting versus parsing, and what is the default value of character. These are kind of common question that comes in fresher interviews as well as experienced interviews. Some basic questions are also asked. So before we start, please subscribe us if you like us, like the video. Okay, let's start. So the first question that comes is boxing versus autoboxing and uh, unboxing, right? So what is boxing first? So boxing is nothing but converting a primitive data type object uh, to primitive data type to an object, that is called boxing. Okay, a simple thing is integer I equals to 10 integer, so we are taking here the wrapper class, that is integer wrapper class, and we are getting an object. That object is ir equals to new integer I. Now this is deprecated after Java 9, and instead of that we can use integer dot value of. Okay, so let's see this in action. So what we'll do is I'll just open a simple class, and here I'll just put the same thing. That is, I'll just take an example of let's say I am taking an integer I equals to 20. Okay, so this I is a primitive data type. Now I want to convert it to an object, right? So I'll take integer ir, okay, equals to, here I can take the same integer dot value of. So this is the modern way of doing it. Okay, pretty simple, clean. Okay, if you will go to the definition of this, you can see the same thing here. Okay, so this is the modern way. So if we'll do the older way, so what I can do is I can just take out this new integer. So I'm calling the constructor of it, of integer class. Inside that I can put I. So this was the old way. After 9, Java 9, it has been deprecated. So now the best way is you just call the value of static method, that value of I. Clean. Okay, so now this I is a IR is the object which is containing 20. Okay, so the next thing is autoboxing. So what is autoboxing then? So autoboxing is automatic conversion of primitive data type to respective wrapper class object. So here, in case of the value of, what we did, we forcefully did the conversion, right? Integer dot value of this value function we utilized and did this, right? So now instead of doing this, if I'll just put I, nothing else, right? So that is called autoboxing. Okay, it's automatic conversion. Then unboxing. So the reverse way. So if we want to get the primitive data type from an object, okay, instead of doing the reverse part of the autoboxing and boxing, if we want to unbox it, right, it's an object and you want to convert it to primitive data type, we need to do is unboxing, right? So it can be done with direct assignment or a function call. Okay, direct assignment in the sense, let's say you have integer ir equals to 89, right? Now what you can do is simple, just to int I equals to ir. Okay, this is a simpler way. This you can do. Otherwise, what we can do, we can utilize a function called ir dot int value. Okay, so this will also give this. This two way I can do the unboxing. Pretty simple. Okay. Okay, so the next question is typecasting. Typecasting is for it's very much essential for people who are fresher and people who are working on 0 to 3 years, right? So typecasting is something which by which we will convert a primitive data type to another primitive data type. Okay, There are two ways of doing typecasting. One is narrowing and widening. So how it is, let's see. So let's say we have the data types like double, float, long, int, sort, byte, right? These are all numeric and decimal types, right? So now if you will see double is the largest one and byte is the smallest one. So if you are converting a larger one to smaller one, that is called narrowing. If you are converting from a smaller one to larger one, that is called widening. So basically narrowing is traveling from double to byte and widening is the reverse one. Let's see differences. According to definition, it is converting a higher data to a lower one is called narrowing or explicit conversion. Why explicit? Because we have to do it manually. Okay, the programmer has to do it, right? If we will not do it manually, what will happen? There will be a compile time error or compilation error. Okay. Now, in case of widening, what is it? It is called, it is similar like from lower type, we are converting to higher type. So that is called widening and or implicit conversion. Why implicit? Because it is done automatically. Okay. So both data, but one condition, both data types should be compatible. Okay. So if you are doing something like from integer to char or something, then you have to do it explicitly. Okay. It will not be eligible for implicit conversion. So target type should be larger than the source type. Okay, so you are converting from short to int to long, long to float. That is possible. Okay, so let's see both the examples in action. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Let's say I have one uh, double value. We'll check first narrowing. Okay, double D equals to, let's say I have one something value 134.67 D. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll convert it to long. Let's say long L equals to D. So this is without any casting, right? If you'll see, it is mismatching. So now what I have to do, I have to do long. Okay. Now it's cool. I get the value in my long L. Okay. Now this is called, this part is called narrowing. Okay. Now if I'll do the widening, let's see. So let's say I have long L1 equals to something like this. Okay. Now I want to convert it to double. If I'll do double, let's say D1 equals to L1, that's pretty much okay. There's nothing manually, I just can directly assign it. Okay, so this is called typecasting. Okay, so let's go for the next one. Okay, so next one, what is parsing? So as the term say, it's pretty easy. Like parsing is something like you will change from one data type to another data type, but okay, you are not manipulating the old reference. So basically what you are doing is you are creating a new reference there. Okay, so if you'll see the example, string s equals to 66, which is a string, and integer I equals to integer dot pass I into s. So the integer I is a new reference. Okay, this is a new reference. There's nothing to do with s. So s is staying as it is. Okay, so this is parsing. So we have different functions for parsing. Boolean dot pass boolean, double dot pass double. So all the data types, all the wrapper classes of respective primitive data type would be having the parsing. Okay. So next is, what is difference between casting and parsing? It is pretty common question. So what is the basic difference is converting a primitive data type another primitive data type is called casting. Converting a normal data, maybe non-primitive data type to another, creating a new another data type is called parsing. But by creating a new reference to it, and the in case of casting, conversion occurs on the same reference. Okay, on the same reference you are changing it. So double D equal to the value and then long L equal to D. So basically the D is getting assigned to L, right? So this is like the same object being utilized. Okay, but in case of parsing, if you will see, you are creating a new particular reference, which is, there is nothing, no connection with the older one with the S. Okay, so the new reference is getting created. This is the basic difference. Okay. Let's go for the next question. Yes, this is a very common question. What is the default value of char? Some people say space, but it is not like that. Some people say null, but it's not. Null is the object It is null is a character. So character default value, numeric value is equivalent is 0, and the character and the Unicode is /u0000, and it is a null character. Okay, but it is not the null reference, which is a null literal, which you utilize like string s equals to null. It is not that. Okay, or any class, let's say xyz class, obj equals to null. Okay, if I'll show you, it is not something like let's say I cannot just put car c equals to null. Okay, you can see it is not null. Okay,